Recently, I went to a funeral, and there were a few songs. The minister spoke, and then a man with tear-stained cheeks went up to the podium. It was his dad's funeral. "Good morning, and thank you for coming," the man said. "When I was a boy, maybe 4 or 5, my dad took me sledding. You see, in our neighborhood, there was a small hill, and I mean it was small. It was really a glorified mound of dirt. But when you're small things seem big. I stood on top of this small hill watching all the neighborhood kids sled. I was watching because I was too scared to sled down myself. I can even remember sitting on the little red sled, eyeing down the hill, and standing back up again. I couldn't do it. I remember being so scared and so frustrated that I found myself looking down at my feet as I began to cry. My father, you see, he knelt down in the snow, put his hand on my shoulder, lifted my chin and said, "Hey buddy, don't cry. I'll go first so you know it'll be okay." I remember shaking my head in agreement and even laughing as my father sat on the little red sled, shoved off down the hill, and shouted like a little kid, "Here I go!" I knew then that I could do it. Flash forward to 3 months ago, when Dad first got his diagnosis. We were shocked. He had a bum knee and his hearing wasn't the best, but overall he was healthy. Or at least so we thought. The news wasn't great. Maybe a few months. Over the weeks, as Dad's health quickly deteriorated, death began to scare me. Death scared me because it was taking my dad. My dad! The man who built forts with me, taught me to throw a fastball, and counseled me with wisdom all my life. It hurt real bad. It still hurts. And I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I couldn't help but think, I will die one day. And that scared me. 2 weeks ago, I was in the hospital reading the scriptures and singing with Dad. He could tell something was on my mind and he asked me what was up. My dad's caring question pierced me and I couldn't help but tell him everything I was thinking. As I was talking, I found myself so scared and so frustrated that I began to cry. My dad reached his hand out, put it on my shoulder and said, "Hey buddy, I'll go first so you know it'll be okay." I knew then that I could do it. I kissed him, told him I loved him, and a few days later said goodbye. There is no man on earth I am more thankful for than my dad. To the very end, he modeled for me how to live well. When I die, I hope to be caring and courageous like my father was.